Good evening, viewers. Welcome to Power Sector News. Today's headlines: AP Genco's proposed pumped hydro storage power plant, 4th General Assembly of International Solar Alliance, highlights of Solar Energy Corporation of India's RFS for battery storage system. Coming to the details, the AP state government has given in principle approval to Andhra Pradesh Power Generation Corporation Limited to execute pumped storage hydro project at Sealeru. The government has directed AP Genco to explore the most feasible techno-economic option to set up 1350 megawatt pumped storage hydropower project and integrate it with solar and wind power for grid stabilization, provide 24 by 7 power and meet the future energy demand in the state. The objective of hydroelectric project is to generate 1350 megawatt of power during peak hours by utilizing 1.7 TMC of water from Guntavada Reservoir at Upper Sealeru and pump 1.7 TMC of water from Donkarai Reservoir from Lower Sealeru to Guntavada Reservoir during off-peak hours by using the surplus off-peak low-cost power available in the grid. The cost of the project pegged at rupees 8,467 crores at 2018-19 price level, but officials estimate that it could be well over 10,000 to 11,000 crores excluding land acquisition now. The Water and Power Consultancy Services Limited was entrusted with the responsibility of preparing the detailed project report and obtaining all clearances for launching the hydroelectric project. In fact, three alternative sites were examined and presented by WAPCOS, and the best of the three is said to have been finalized. Topographical survey and hydrographic survey and 76.9% of geotechnical investigations has been completed. The balance work are in progress. Shri R.K. Singh, Union Minister of Power and New and Renewable Energy and the President of International Solar Alliance, welcomed all the member signatory countries, prospective member countries, partner organizations, and special invitee organizations to the 4th Assembly of International Solar Alliance. In his opening address at the inaugural ceremony of ISA General Assembly, where 106 countries are participating in the discussions, Shri Singh said that the adoption of renewable energy has gained significant momentum since the turn of the past decade. Solar energy in particular is now the most viable option to achieve universal access to sustainable energy due to its affordability and amenability to off-grid solutions. It is the most viable option for us to rapidly decarbonize our energy sectors. He emphasized that solving the problem of energy access is very important. The ISA can enable energy access for 800 million people who lack energy access worldwide. Mr. John Kerry, Special President Envoy for Climate Change, United States, applauded the International Solar Alliance and the leadership of India, France, and member countries of the ISA in their collaboration to advance the global clean energy transition. India has already set an example for emerging economies by reaching 100 gigawatt of renewables. What India has demonstrated with its low-cost solar options and build out of transmission grids and massive solar parks program and other innovative policy tools can be replicated all over the world. Harnessing the full value of solar energy will require countries to invest in storage, in-grid infrastructure, and in flexibility in both demand and supply. And to connect solar power with parts of the economy that don't currently use electricity, countries must invest in electric vehicles and clean fuels like hydrogen that can be produced using solar power. European Commission Executive Vice President for European Green Deal, Mr. Frans Timmermans, participated in the opening session of ISA Assembly and confirmed the Europe Union's support to the initiative. He also announced the imminent launch of a project worth around 1 million euro funded by European Union aiming at further strengthening the engagement of EU member states and EU academic, business and financial commitments with the International Solar Alliance. Solar Energy Corporation of India release of RFS documents inviting submission for pilot projects of 500 megawatt, 1000 megawatt hour standalone battery energy storage systems in India finally gets the process started on this critical aspect of the future for renewable energy. The minimum size of grid connected projects that can be for this RFS are for intrastate projects, minimum individual project size of power rating 1 megawatt and above with suitable energy rating based on the application at one site with minimum bid capacity of 1 megawatt. And for interstate projects, minimum individual project capacity of 50 megawatt and above with suitable energy rating based on application at one site with minimum bid capacity of 50 megawatt at the minimum voltage level as specified by extant CERC regulations detailed procedure. Bidding parameters include procurement in terms of capacity or energy or a combination of both. A capacity procurement would entail with the procurer pays for the availability of power, and energy procurement would entail that the procurer pays for a dispatch storage of energy. The bidding parameter accordingly would be availability based fixed charge annuity per year for term of the agreement to be paid on monthly basis, and or energy charge basis for term of the agreement payable on monthly basis based on the actual utilization, and or a quantum of VGF support required by the bidder for pre-specified fixed tariff annuity available, or a combination of aforementioned options or any other parameter as specified in the RFS. The minimum term for battery storage purchase agreement is envisaged to be 8 years. In terms of commissioning timelines for projects up to 250 megawatt, the bidders will have 15 months to set up the storage capacity, while for those beyond 250 megawatt, the timeline allowed is to 24 months. Additional news today. 108 thermal power plants with cumulative capacity of 130 gigawatt are running with coal stock of less than 7 days. New coal stock norms would be 10 days for pithead and 20 days for non-pithead power stations as per the draft released by Central Electricity Authority. Karnataka might be headed towards a power crisis with central government withholding 1000 megawatt of power over non-payment of dues. Punjab State Electricity Regulatory Commission accepted Punjab State Power Corporation Limited's petition to carry forward the cumulative surplus non-solar and solar renewable purchase obligation from the financial year 2020-21 to financial year 21-22 and to reduce the targets also. Price discovery at Power Exchange. National Load Dispatch Center has scheduled 191.59 million units of power for tomorrow, cleared through Indian Energy Exchange. Coming to the price discovery details. Price discovered during night 3 rupees 41 paisa per unit. Price discovered during day 3 rupees 26 paisa per unit. Price discovered during evening 6 rupees 75 paisa per unit. Price discovered round the clock 4 rupees 26 paisa per unit. Weighted average price is 4 rupees 31 paisa per unit. There is no congestion for power transfer in the network, and the prices are uniform in all the regions. Thank you and good day.